Good afternoon, ladles and jelly spoons. We are here at episode 17. You might realise that we're in a weird location, but that's okay. We'll explain it all very early on. This week we talk about a whole bunch of things.
I almost can't remember everything we spoke about.
Well,
There's that
we
much in
ended
this
with
podcast.
8 questions from one person, so that's enough.
Yeah.
But we did talk about some weird... I actually don't know.
No, I feel
I'm lost.
already that this podcast was a little bit of like therapy for both of us.
Was it?
Well, there was so much to talk about.
I don't remember, so that's probably a good thing. Anyway, we're going to just delve right in because we clearly have nothing to say in this intro. So enjoy the podcast.
Enjoy it.
Pour a glass. Walk faster on the treadmill. Whatever it is that you're doing. Why are you copying me?
Why are you copying me?
Anyway, we'll see you in the episode.
We love you. Thank you so much. See you in there.
We are here once again.
Episode 17 of the M&T podcast.
I don't know where to look.
I don't know where we are.
I am going to open some wine. 'Cause
Okay.
we've got quite a bit to go through. Can we explain to the listeners and not the watchers what's going on here?
Yeah, you're doing the wine, so off you
We
go.
have got a bottle of hibiscus, which is local to the island, helping local economy. I'm very happy with
We
it.
like to support local business.
What's funny is we had a bottle of this rosé, but a regular size, just a few weeks ago, maybe last month, at the very place where we are sitting. Can you explain that while I open the wine?
Certainly, love. Right now, we are sat outside room 8 at Pikes Hotel Ibiza.
Just checked in about half an hour ago.
Literally, we have checked in and we have just got ourselves immediately set up, which is probably a good idea. When you're at Pikes, anything could happen. I'm going to set an expectation now that we've got multiple camera setups going on. What is it?
It's glass on the top.
Oh, it's a glass lid.
Do I just have to unscrew
How
it?
posh. Anyway, as I was saying, while Tiff continues to find out what's going on with the bottle, which does look lovely, we've got multiple cameras set up. So hi, everyone, which actually just triples the amount of technology issues that we may have. That is beautiful. And also, there is a good chance someone might come and join us at some point, and we'll figure that out as we go.
So just for people that were listening, there was no pop of the cork because there was no cork.
No, it was a glass stopper. That's going in the memory jar.
I love the glass stopper.
Beautiful. So, top tip, if you buy a magnum of hibiscus, comes with a glass stopper, not a cork.
I even bought my extra special bottle opener.
You did. No need to use it. We brought 2 bottle openers in case the first one didn't work.
Yeah,
and we didn't need either.
and there's
I'm going to
another
put this in the shade.
Another one in the room. Anyway, we are here at Pikes. We have just checked in and we are recording the podcast. This is very special. I feel like this is really special.
It is. We did always say that we'd love to do it from locations, and the first time that we're doing it, here we are. We're at our favourite place in the world.
So cheers.
So cheers.
So yeah, this week you might get a little bit of extra background noise. There is music on round the pool. It is a bit breezy, but guess what? We don't fucking care.
No, we don't. This is what happens at Pikes. There's a lot of noise, a lot of people, and as I was just saying, I can't guarantee someone might just come along and go, what's going on here then? And
Yeah,
we'll have to
so
just deal with that as it happens.
We'll have,
but
extra guests as we go. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
how do you feel having checked in for our little staycation?
I feel excited. The reason we've actually booked this is because, firstly, because I've been working really hard.
You have.
And secondly, I feel like it's kind of an end of summer thing. I feel like we've moved now. All of our stuff is here, which is a
we're gonna
big
talk
thing
about
to talk
that,
about.
definitely.
But I feel like this is very much a big fucking pat on the back for both of us.
I think so. It feels like this week has been a bit of a milestone.
Yeah.
Like a big milestone. Almost like the ultimate milestone of moving here.
Yeah.
And so I think, perfect way to end this week. Come to our favourite place in the world. We're spending 2 nights here.
Which is
It
exciting.
includes a roast tomorrow.
Which is exciting.
Time by the pool, cocktails, and pints.
And just as like signing off for a while, I actually messaged all my clients this morning and said I'm taking the next 2 days for some, like mental well-being time, a little bit of a break. Everyone started their new kind of social media plans this month. Everyone's is set and ready to go. So I thought, you know what, they can't hate me for taking a couple
Absolutely
of days.
not.
And every single one of them messaged me back saying, completely understandable, well done, you know, you've done well, enjoy your time off.
And I think I agree with them massively. You've earned it. It's time to take that time off. It seems like it's a week of signing off, because we finished the daily vlog this week. For a lot of people who have been watching us every day, and I can't believe how many people have commented
episodes.
and messaged to say we're so happy for you, but we're kind of gutted that the daily videos are ending. This is their first sort of M&T fix, I guess, since we stopped. So
you're filming from 3 angles.
Well, I thought I'd make up for it by going with 3. I was going to have the drone just go over while we were recording.
There's wires right there.
I know. It
definitely would have crashed.
One day we will do the podcast via the drone.
No.
Watch this space, folks.
Oh, God. You can only fly on one battery for like 15 minutes. What are you on about?
So I guess, having sort of talked about it a little bit already, but how do you think my week has been?
You have... What day did our delivery arrive?
Wednesday? Tuesday,
Wednesday?
Wednesday?
So the second half of your week was extremely, extremely busy because I didn't have time to help you unpack, and I feel bad for that. But you have done an incredible job of, you know, just sorting the house out, because I've done that every time we've moved.
Yeah, I've never been involved.
I've actually always done it. I've only just realised this.
Because I've been the person who went off to work, and actually the last time we moved I was in the UK while you were still in the UAE.
Yeah.
And yeah, I left the UAE, we were living downtown.
Oh, I don't feel so bad now.
And when I got back, we lived in a villa in a completely different part of the city.
Yeah, I absolutely don't feel so bad now.
No, you shouldn't feel bad.
I've had like 3 stressful moves.
Do you know what? And actually, you shouldn't feel bad. I feel bad that I'm getting all of the excitement of opening boxes and you're sort of still hidden away in your little office.
Yeah, considering it has
work.
been January where we last saw that stuff, that's very much more exciting than seeing it in the morning and then unpacking it in the afternoon in a new house. Actually much less stressful. But yeah, the house is coming together.
It really is.
And we did the office this morning, which was very good. So that's clear again and not so messy, which is lovely.
I was thinking this week. I think having our stuff around is putting me more at ease.
Really?
Yeah, I think mentally, it might be also the fact that like the biggest milestone has now been hit. That's done.
The biggest stress is over.
I always knew it would arrive, but maybe subconsciously in the back of my head I was always like, we haven't completed this yet. This is not finished yet. There are still things that could go wrong. Our stuff's here now, and I don't know whether it's the creature comforts of just I look into corners of the room and I see stuff that I recognise and that is stuff that makes me feel like I'm at home. But this week I feel massively relaxed.
That's really good.
It's good, isn't it?
That's really, really good. Oh, I'm happy for you. That's nice. So yeah, that's how your week I think has been. How has mine been?
I think you have a bit of a mixed week. I think on the one hand, very exciting and relieving that our stuff has arrived. You've done a lot of chasing up for that, and you did all of the organisation at both ends to make that leave the UAE and then arrive. So I'm sure that feels good. And obviously it's exciting that our stuff is here. I also think you're a little disappointed that George isn't here. George and Lauren couldn't make it. We talked about that on the vlog last week, and they should have been on this podcast.
Yes.
That's
why we have
guests.
a magnum of wine.
It is why we have a magnum. It's why this is going to be a long one. But I think you're a little disappointed with that.
Yeah.
But
I had a little cry.
You did have a little cry. I'm sure George did as well.
I think he was close.
I think he kept it strong while he was on the phone to you, but I'm pretty sure he had a cry.
Yeah.
But I think, as always, work's going really well. I think you've earned this week off, and this weekend, not week.
God, don't
this
tell
weekend
anyone that.
off. And I think you feel good about that.
Yes.
I think work, as busy as it is, as I say every week, you're getting more and more and more on top of it and in control of how busy you are. Doesn't stop you being busy.
Yeah.
But I think you feel good.
Yeah. Some days I don't handle it very well. Sometimes have a little cry.
Yeah.
But I think that's like, and one of my notes to talk about this week is kind of when people say that we're like couple goals. And
Yeah.
it's because obviously a social media is a highlight reel, and you know, some days I'm crying, like you have to stop me from crying or pull me away from my laptop, or you know, there's all these things that happen that does like, and sometimes I see people say, oh, your couple goals, this, that, and then cool, yeah, I think we are a good couple, we actually get on, which is wonderful.
It does help most of the time,
but yeah, a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes, and we do
But
talk about that a lot more on here, and I like that.
Well, on the podcast we don't hide it. Like,
yeah,
I think it's easy to sort of see, because up until very recently we've done daily videos, and literally I edit those videos. So the bits which don't go quite well, or we say something wrong, or even when we have a little bit of a falling out because of the angle or something, literally they get edited out.
Yes.
I'm very conscious of that every day.
Yes.
That people see a 10-minute snippet of every day of our lives, but that's the highlight reel of that day.
and some of those days I was even miserable on the highlight reel.
Yeah, I mean, people have described you as anybody who watches Casey Neistat. He's quite a big YouTuber. I think he's got a few more subscribers than we have.
A couple more.
But if you watch Casey, people have said to you, you are basically his wife.
Candice.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. She's cool.
She is cool,
like
but
her.
she doesn't hold back
She
in just
has
having a resting bitch
face. Yeah.
And that's okay. But what I do like is that here on the podcast, it's kind of no holds barred.
No filters.
Yeah. You cried a few times this week because you were overwhelmed.
Yeah, I
And
did.
Good
and you
for
did
you
very
for
well
saying
the
it.
next day, because like I had kind of one bad afternoon, but then the next morning you were really conscious about making me feel like I'm okay, like I was just checking I was okay, or just stopping and coming round and giving me a hug, even though I'm just perfectly fine working away. I wasn't sad or upset. You were just that day kind of going over and
I was
above,
just keeping an eye on
making
you.
me okay.
Do you know what it was?
Which
It's
is funny,
because
so I
at
appreciate that.
at that time, I was editing the previous day's vlog, and watching and listening to you that day,
And
I'm
how
like,
sad I was.
you really weren't happy, so I really do need to check in.
That's really nice.
I'm also really aware that I wake up 2 to 3 hours after you every single day. So when I come into the office and I start doing bits of work,
Well, you start being like, you know, like a husband should be, like, oh, morning, how are you? Haven't like starting a chat, and I'm just like, I'm in work mode.
You're in work mode, but I'm very aware that as I'm starting work, you're 2 to 3 hours into a work shift. Now, most people at that point would probably want to have taken a bit of a break. I think, isn't it the law that like you have to have a 15-minute break every 3 hours of work or something?
I need that law in my house.
Well, that's why I always say, come on
then.
out you come leave the office just for 10 to 15 minutes. We just come and sit on the sofa for a bit, and work-life balance continues to be our project, I think.
Yeah, and that's fine. So I really appreciate you for that. But one thing I don't appreciate you for this
Oh
week,
shit, what have I done?
it's so silly in the house. Like there's like two things. Firstly, when you cut bread and you just leave the crumbs.
You mean when I'm making you lunch?
No,
every day?
when you fed the cats this morning. You broke up all the bread, but all of the crumbs are still there. Just forever. And I'd cleaned the kitchen.
Forever?
I'd cleaned the kitchen that morning.
Oh.
And that's the annoying thing.
Okay. What else?
When you use my bathroom, because we obviously have separate bathrooms, like, why don't you use the toilet roll that's on the hanger? Why do you get another one and put it on the bidet? Why?
I actually have no idea. I didn't realise I did.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, well done for letting that out. I had no idea.
So it's like, is it cathartic?
Cathartic.
Is that the word?
Cathartic?
I don't know. Someone can tell me in the comments.
I think you're thinking lethargic, which
No,
is how
I'm
you're
thinking-
describing me.
No. I'm like when you let something go.
It's either cathartic or cathartic.
Okay, well, I don't care.
Anyway. Okay, well, I don't have a comeback. You haven't done anything that's pissed me off this week. I think you're perfect in every way.
All right. Just call
Mary
me Mary
Poppins.
Poppins.
Whoa.
Oh, lovely.
Ah.
Oh, dear. Oh, my phone is hot.
Let's just check in. How are you feeling doing the podcast here?
I like it. I am very aware that anyone could, like, if someone's staying in that room, like this behind that camera, anything could happen. which I'm quite excited for. I'd love to have someone to be
I
like,
do-
what are you guys doing? Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
I'm a mixture of excitement and nervous.
Imagine
about,
if Sunny rocks up.
Well, this is it. I'm nervous and
Imagine
excited
if he just popped up behind the wall
about
there.
the unpredictability of.
Did you hear my name?
For those who are watching on YouTube, you may just be able to see between us in the background is room 9, and room 9 has the big cat face painted,
Hood.
the Rory Dobner, which, I mean, are you sick of looking at that face yet?
Well, actually, this week you unpacked all of our Rory Dobner stuff, which we had before I started working with Rory Dobner. And you were showing me stuff. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I look at those trays and those
I'd
plates a million
And
times
like
a
even
day.
walking in here, there's a framed set of tiles that says Ibiza Rock's house, and I just went along it like naming them like really quickly as I walked in. I'm like, oh, I know what all of
It
these
is a
are
natural
now.
thing that when you work...
I love them.
Yeah, they're beautiful and they're lovely.
I love everything, and
I
I'm
had-
really
the
happy that
thing
we've
is,
managed to get it in the background.
I had a similar thing at... Well, you say that.
Can I have more wine?
Yes. You are pleased it's in the background, but we have already said we have goals and ambitions of staying in room 9
Do you
at
know
some
what
point in
room
the
that is
future.
though? That's the Rocket St George room.
Yeah,
So
so
Rocket
it's,
St George is a brand that's closely affiliated with Rory Dobner, Pikes, like all of this. It's another luxury homeware brand, and they've kitted out that room, and it's black, and it has a neon sign that says Lust above the headboard, and it's a very, very, very cool room.
so again, we have aspirations
Yeah,
to stay in
I
that
want
room.
to be in there.
And when we do, we'll do the podcast in front of Pud.
Yeah, whatever day it is, we'll do a special pod.
Yeah.
A special pod in front of Pud.
What was I going to say? No, I totally get what you're saying about when you're surrounded by a product that you love and you think is beautiful, but you start to lose that sort of, I don't know, like excitement
You
around
also
it.
know everything behind it.
Yes. Well, I used
how
to get
it gets to where
I
it
used to
is.
get exactly the same thing at Apple. You just sort of see a million iPads, Apple
Yeah.
Watches,
Yeah.
like luxury high-end products,
Yeah.
and you start to just sort of go, well, yeah, I see a million of
it's
these
a
every day.
computer. But it is nice to come here. It's nice to, see all of the paintings and stuff. I have asked Rory to either design us a tattoo or do a painting on our house. So we'll see what happens.
If you could have any kind of tattoo custom designed for you by an artist such as Rory Dobner, what kind of thing do you think you would like to have designed?
Well, you already know the answer to yours.
That's why I'm asking you.
Can you go first?
Yeah, we actually discussed this earlier in the week. I really, really, really want Rory
actually.
Dobner to basically design me a dinosaur
Or a candy skull?
or a candy skull.
I would have a candy skull.
I love a candy skull at the moment. I think they're very cool, and they're a mixture of kind of like historic, modern, kind of
But it's like Day of
very
the Dead.
intricate, but
Yeah.
also they can be very sort of geometric. They're just very cool, and I quite like them.
You can have a half and half.
I already have a half and half.
Yeah, but that's a wolf.
It is.
That's a good idea. I've got something to bring up quite quickly.
Go for it.
Do you know when the news has to post something saying that their story was wrong?
Yeah.
Like in the news.
Yeah.
Like this is that moment. We must apologise to viewers and listeners from last week.
Should we?
When I said when you said, Mr. Matthew, that it was my turn to do the advent calendar. My wonderful little sister messaged me
Cheers, Jade.
on Monday and said, no. You did the advent calendar last year because we were there and we took part in some of it. So I am off the hook.
Thanks, Jade.
I did some great things last year.
Can I just confess? During last week's podcast, I
You
did
knew that?
remember, yeah, but I thought I might get away with
You
it.
prick!
Yeah. Sorry about that. For those that don't know,
You
because
held it back!
I did, in the hope that you'd never realise, but Jade has scuppered my plan.
Scuppered. Oh, we love that word.
I
at the
do love
moment.
scuppered. For those that don't know,
Brilliant.
we do an advent calendar for each other that is basically Christmas events or activities or something to do each day from December 1st all the way to Christmas.
Because we weren't very Christmassy in Dubai
Yes.
because it's too hot. So it might be the same here.
We also partner that with doing Vlogmas,
Ugh.
which is a daily
We're used to that
video.
now.
And that is probably the next time we'll go to daily videos.
It's
so
not that far away.
it's really not.
2 months away.
Is it? It's early October. Yeah,
From we
7
could do
weeks.
1 or 2 a week until it'd probably be 1 a week on average. You might get a couple in extra special weeks, but that's not that far away.
No, 7 weeks, and we will be back to doing daily videos for at least a whole month.
That's exciting.
It is.
Very exciting.
There is somebody, he'll love that I'm giving him a shout out, Frank,
Frank.
from Belgium.
Hi, Frank.
Frank is an avid follower of the daily videos and the podcast and stuff. He always makes sure that we say bye.
Bye.
But he started to go through our back catalogue the other day.
He did.
We know this because he was commenting on Vlogmas 2017 videos, sort of saying, "Oh, Merry Christmas, guys!" It's like,
did he actually say Merry Christmas?
Like really
I missed
strange.
That one. That's hilarious.
To be seeing
Well done,
comments
Frank.
coming through from videos that are 3 or 4 years old, and you realise, like, yeah, we started vlogging a long time ago, and we're very different people doing very different things.
Yeah,
But
that was a long time ago. How funny. Yeah, so Vlogmas will be fun. I like that.
So the advent calendar is mine.
Fair.
This year.
I want to ask you something. Obviously Rewind, you put out this week on the M&T page and your own Instagram that we were filming from somewhere special this week.
Yeah.
And you asked people to guess.
Yeah.
Did we get a lot of guesses for Pikes? Where did people guess? Like, what happened?
Oh, you've really...
You won't be able to see the answers.
No,
now.
I know. I did put it out on Instagram, and lots of different suggestions came through. There were a good few people that said Pikes.
Well done, everybody.
My mum,
Alice.
I think Frank
said Pikes, but he also said
Frank,
a lot of other
Frank
places.
listed every location in Ibiza. So
Brilliant.
there were a few, and I'm really sorry, but I didn't.
Should have screenshotted
I
it.
should have taken a screenshot, and I forgot to sort of take a note because I forgot that things disappear
People said
after
Pikes.
24 hours.
People were saying Ink House.
Yeah, people thought maybe the Ink House. People said the beach. People said...
Imagine trying to film from the beach.
Well,
That's really interesting.
We'll try one day,
I
but
thought they were checking in right in front. I saw some people walk
relax.
past.
It's okay. They can
I
just
know,
come
it's
and join
fine.
in. It's Pikes.
Come for a drink.
There will be noise.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine with it.
So yeah, lots of people. I think your sister also said Pikes.
Yeah, she guessed Ink House with me first.
So yeah.
Good guesses
But it
for
also
everyone.
gave me ideas about where we need to do podcasts from in the future.
We can
Because
definitely
clearly,
do Ink House.
Ink House definitely.
That'll be fun.
How do you feel about doing it away from home?
I felt that you got more stress setting up.
Well, do you know what?
But also, I helped more setting up. I
I've got-
put together these mics, so if they do fall apart at any point during this podcast, it's my fault.
At home I have my routine. I know where everything gets plugged in.
Yeah.
I know where we sit. I know what all the dials need to be at so that things sound good. I know where the camera needs to be so that it looks okay. All sorts of things. There's people looking at us right
That's
now.
fine.
And they're really conscious that they don't want to walk through our... but I'm almost tempted to go, come on,
Are
guys.
there people that are staying in 9?
It could be. No, they were taking a picture of Pud,
Oh,
but
that's
looking
fine.
over at us. Do they want a picture of us?
No,
Guys,
no, you're not
Guys.
that popular. Jesus Christ.
clearly not.
Sorry, people that are listening. People that are watching will obviously get this a lot more. And I love people that listen, actually, because I don't watch podcasts, because I don't think I'd like to just watch two people sat next to
But apparently
each other.
people do.
Yeah.
And, if anything, it means that the people that do listen are going to go, I think this is one I might need to watch.
Yeah, that's true, and they'll switch out to YouTube, so then we
They
get
will.
a view on both channels.
Yeah.
Just do it anyway. Just press play and then bugger off.
Yeah. Every view helps.
Every view
But also
helps.
we do like a little thumbs up.
The comment,
And
like,
we do
honestly
like a
though,
comment.
the comments on the 77th video that we have moved to Ibiza, like I was in the office working away and they were rolling through, and I was just like, I
Yeah.
had to put like do not disturb
Well,
on.
I set a commitment right at the beginning. We will always reply to every comment.
And that's your job.
And I
Sometimes
do my best
I get
to.
involved.
Sometimes it's a very generic comment that might just say, this is cool, and I might just like that comment.
I'd just be
or
like,
something.
you're cool.
But yeah, any comment that we come through, I reply to.
Yeah.
And on that video, yeah, so many comments congratulating us, and it was very, very sweet and very lovely. And I did try to make sure that I replied to every single one.
Mm-hmm.
If I haven't by any way, please remind me. Just say, hey, you didn't reply to mine.
Also,
and I
message
will-
me and I'll just like smack him round the head and be like, you didn't reply to this person.
Oh.
Rude.
Any reason to be more of a nagging wife. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for helping her.
Do you have any topics to talk about this week, or can I go back to a question we got asked last week?
Go back to a question if you want.
So we left the podcast last week on a question because we didn't really have more time. So all right, bye. So we got a question from a guy on our lovely little forum, Ibiza Spotlight, Del Mar Sunset. He said, if you could both sit down for dinner anywhere and be given your favourite meals, what would your starters, mains and desserts be?
So-
Firstly, I listen to a podcast that is this format and it makes me so happy. Off Menu by Ed Gamble and James Acaster.
It's a good podcast.
I
We don't need to
literally-
plug it. More people listen to that than they do this.
Yeah, but it's so good though, and it's food and comedy, and that's kind of, I like it.
It's a great podcast, and I think it's a good conversation, especially for someone like you who is a foodie.
I love reading menus is my pastime,
It is.
and I love that everything's QR now because then I'm always allowed to keep the menu because it's just on my phone.
Do you have like a little saved?
I should bookmark menus.
Yeah. I was going to
What a
wonder whether
dream.
you just have a constant file of menus of places that you have been, but also menus of places that you want to go.
People that don't know, Matt mentioned this in our wedding vows at this very venue.
Yeah, it was, in spite of the fact that it is really annoying that you read every menu.
How dare you?
I've always seen it as something that's a little bit of an issue.
An issue?
Yeah, it's a
If
problem.
that's an issue, that's not really much to worry about, is it?
That's why we have a great marriage.
That is true.
The thing that you do that most annoys me is you read menus. But people will be going, that's a bit trivial. You've got to bear in mind, guys, don't say a fucking word. You just sit there and drink your wine. You've got to bear in mind, guys, I get this multiple times a day. We will just sit there, you know those wonderful times of the evening where you're with your... Shut up. You're with your loved one, watching something on TV. You might both be scrolling, you might not be scrolling, you're just happily in silence. And I will just get these occasional, oh, look at this. X restaurant in Y location has got Z offer on, and here is their, and you start to just read off. They do this for this amount and this. And now, in isolation, that's a lovely thing to be told, but I get that 3 to 4 times a day.
But I like food.
But no, here's the big problem. 3, 4, 5 weeks down the road, 6 months down the road, you'll
Okay.
go, oh, we want to go to that place I told you about it once before.
Yeah,
and
that
I'll
is
go,
true, I do that.
shit, I've got this massive backlog of thousands of restaurants that you've just flippantly told me about. And you're like, oh, you might like this, you might, and you'll go, I told you on July 12th, 2019, that this place was doing this offer for this amount of money, and these were the different plates that you could get.
I don't think this is a... I
It
don't
does
think this,
my
I don't actually
fucking
think,
head in.
I don't actually think this is my problem.
It does
I
my
think it's all yours.
head in.
But
I married
also,
you despite the fact that you do that.
But also,
You're
don't we
welcome.
go out for lovely meals?
Are you now going to take credit for everywhere that we've ever been that's
Everywhere
nice?
ever. Also, I hope that sometimes when I get quite excited about a thing, and you should be able to gauge the level of excitement because I do it so often, you better write these fucking things down.
Do you know what?
Take me out to dinner.
No, shut
for
up.
once.
Shut up again. Right? The last time I tried to do that, I took a mental note and then a physical note of a place that I thought, oh, she'll like this one. She'll really like this one. And she hasn't, she might have mentioned it, but she doesn't go on about. And
Yeah.
I thought I'd make a little note, and that was The Farm.
In Albarari.
in
Dubai.
Albarari in Dubai. I thought, this is brilliant. She hasn't, I'm not sure if she's seen it. And I thought, oh, next time we go past there, I'm going to just sort of suggest this lovely little place that I'd heard of. You'd fucking read about it 6 months before.
I had.
You'd already put it on the list of
It is-
thousands of places that you want to go and eat. And you're like, oh yeah, I already know about that. Oh, well, there's no point in me
But we
making a
hadn't
note of it.
been. You'd been with your parents. I hadn't
Do
been.
you know what? I feel this podcast's gone south.
It has. So let's pick it back up again, because all that I asked is, what is your fucking dream meal? Because one day I might make
Just
it.
read that question again as you did.
Okay, this is from Del Mar Sunset, from the lovely Ibiza spotlight. If you could both sit down, we have to both be together. If you could both sit down for dinner anywhere and be given your favourite meals, what would your starters, main courses, and desserts be?
Shall we go with like an agreed?
We have to be an agreed place.
We
can have separate meals.
Okay. What's your place? It can be any table, anywhere in the world.
Tough, hey.
Is there a place you've been to that you go, that's the nicest place?
No, like a private table in the Maldives.
I was going to say the Maldives.
Ah, yeah.
So there you go. Location picked.
Nicely done.
Easy.
We always see them setting up for these private dinners, and we never actually did one because they're overly expensive and definitely overpriced.
Do you know what, though? I don't like those...
the ones surrounded by candles.
Like the individual table way out at the beach on its own?
Not even on like a pier.
No, I don't think
Your mum would like it. It's just like Mersey.
I mean, I know I don't like people and I like to be away from people, but one table on its own with just two people way out on, like, I think
Bit sketchy.
Yeah.
Also, though, you're then the staff are overly attentive. I actually like being in a restaurant when someone has something else to do rather than look after you.
Where do you think in the world sort of the service is at that best level where they're attentive but not too attentive? They don't ignore you, but they're kind of there when you need them.
I think the Maldives is quite good for that because they'd always like get your water or your wine before you'd finish.
Yeah.
But they're not like on you. Dubai, they're too on you. They take your plate up, like last bite.
It's a thing in Dubai, isn't it?
Haven't even touched your ground. Oh, and I couldn't get used to that for about 2 years.
It's a thing that I do know that the British people struggle with the most. In the UK, if you go out to a restaurant, they won't take a plate away until everybody
is finished. You did redo the camera, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I missed it.
Wow, you missed me getting up.
Well, I was reading.
Anyway, in the UK, they don't come and collect your plates until
not until everyone
everybody
is finished.
Yeah, and like you say, in Dubai, as soon as you, the first person who's finished that last mouthful, that plate's gone.
Which is actually okay now. Well, no.
I don't mind
Not
it.
as soon as you finish that last mouth and you like give it like a second. But now I'm like, why is this dirty plate in front of me? I'm now spoiled with the fact that like someone would clear it quick enough that I can just bring my drink.
So is it a bad thing or is it a good thing?
It's a good thing if it's timed right. Don't like hover over me while I'm taking my last mouthful, but don't leave it there until everyone's finished. I need that middle ground. Also, bring me the wine list.
Yeah, smash in. So
bloody hell, we're in the Maldives. What's your starter? I like a beef carpaccio.
I'm going to go with hot wings from
Couldn't
Stars
be
and
more
Bars.
apart.
Well, they're both
The
meat.
beef carpaccio from...
Ooh,
Where's
no.
my beef carpaccio from?
Todd's.
Todd's English Olives in Abu Dhabi. That is where my beef carpaccio is coming from.
I'm
Shaved
changing
parmesan, rocket, oil, deliciousness.
I'm changing mine to a burrata from STK.
Oh, can we share then? That's two good starters.
Yeah, I'd share my burrata if you're going to give you some of your carpaccio.
Absolutely.
Okay, smash in.
Oh, so we've got, meat and cheese.
So far, we sat on a beach
Eating
in the Maldives. You've got carpaccio, I've got burrata. We're happy to share. Lovely. Main?
Main is very difficult because there are so many good foods, but I love a good steak, a massive steak. Like, it has to be big. Can't do a piddly little fillet.
But the best steaks tend to be small.
Well, then can I have multiple small ones? That's
That's
not
what
a
she
joke.
said.
That's not a joke.
You want multiple fillets?
Is it a fillet?
I think it's a fillet.
I think in England it's a fillet.
I think you're just being unnecessarily posh.
I'd like a fillet with some, is it béarnaise sauce? No, that's the wrong one. That's butter.
I just like
What
a
sauce do you have?
peppercorn.
Peppercorn.
A good steak. I'm not picking this, by the way, but
I think steak for me.
A good steak. Shut up. A good steak, peppercorn sauce with a mash.
Why are you...
And maybe some roasted asparagus. Or like grilled asparagus. That is very, very good.
I would like to say there, you kicked me to
It's
shut
because
up, but you're doing my menu now.
I was
have you then
agreeing with your
stolen-
menu.
I didn't want mash. I want dauphinoise.
You know when we start doing merchandise and we make T-shirts with quotes on them? I don't want mash. I want dauphinoise. Tiffany Bennett on the 3rd of October 2020.
It is the 3rd of October. Happy Mean Girls Day.
Oh, fuck off. What a stupid thing that is.
Anyway, my main would be a nice steak.
Multiple small
steaks with a peppercorn sauce, dauphinoise, and if I have to have vegetables, it would be grilled asparagus. Mini asparagus.
So the only difference between my steak option and yours is that I go mash and you go dauphinoise.
Yeah, but it's my steak option.
Lovely.
What's your main? And let me then talk about it.
Okay, smashing.
You just have mash. Cheesy mash.
No.
A mountain of it.
No.
What would you have?
Mac and cheese.
As a main?
Yes.
I was going to cheekily add a side dish.
Do you know
and
what,
didn't even
though?
talk about it.
Like, I think mac
Can I
and
have
cheese...
more wine?
That's another quote from the podcast, isn't it? Tiffler every fucking week. Can I have more wine?
You seem to have taken the bottle like it's on ration.
I'm keeping it in the shade. We all sat in the sun.
I know,
You're going to
yeah.
have the pinkest nose I've ever seen.
I put factor 50 on.
Anyway, I love mac and cheese as a side. I think it's wonderful, and I love that in a lot of places that we go to, I love it when that option is there. A restaurant that gives mac and cheese as an optional side, I'll always have it.
Yeah.
I don't care what I'm eating.
What your main
I'll have
is.
it. However,
You could have pasta with a side of mac and cheese.
I'd do it. However, when a good mac and cheese is your main, and I'm thinking about a very specific
You're
one
thinking
right
about
now.
Stars and Bars again.
am thinking
So you're
of Stars
having
and-
wings from Stars and Bars, and you're having mac
No,
and cheese.
I scrapped the wings and I went with burrata.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
Mac and cheese, the mac and cheese like build your own from Stars and Bars in Abu Dhabi was incredible.
Also in Dubai.
The best ones were in Abu Dhabi, just saying.
They're in a bigger skillet.
I
That's why.
would so it's mac and cheese, and I would throw in, they used to do one with chili con carne, sort of built within,
Built within.
and that it was enough to give you a coma. But cheese,
You're really selling it.
pasta,
Chili.
chili,
Beautiful.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't need a side.
Okay. Yeah. Side. He didn't include sides. I was just going all off menu. So then, what's your dessert? Don't say something shit. Fuck's sake.
Sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, of course. Ice cream or custard. Or 2 sticky toffee puddings, one with each.
Can I have pecan pie as well?
You can have a so
Can I have
right.
two?
No. Do you know what you can have? As is on all good wedding menus, a trio of dessert.
Sticky toffee pudding, pecan pie, creme brulee.
What? That is fucking
I
strong.
mean, I don't think you're going to be able to top that. Go.
I didn't have a chance to think. Chocolate fondant, a Bailey's chocolate brownie, and a cheesecake, a red velvet cheesecake.
Wow.
And the red velvet cheesecake is a mini of the one that comes from Cheesecake Factory, obviously. The Bailey's chocolate brownie is the one from Tapas Ibiza, and the chocolate fondant is from wherever does the best chocolate fondant. Because I don't know if I can remember the
Okay.
best.
Can we agree that
Also, mine are all chocolate.
they are? You've got a chocolate issue.
There's also a big bar of dairy milk in the mini fridge. It's happening.
How much is it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Fuck it,
Gonna
we'll
have
have
to
it.
check it.
Um,
And it's dairy milk.
can we agree that on the dessert round we don't share?
Absolutely. Get
Thank
out.
you. I mean, you've picked your 3. I've picked my 3. There's no need
can
to
I
share.
switch one of them out?
No, you've picked now. We've locked those bad boys in.
If I was to switch one out, though, I'd sack off the Bailey's chocolate brownie for an espresso martini.
Well, do we not get to say what we'd like to drink?
That wasn't in the
To
question.
be fair,
love.
actually, a lot of the time you do sacrifice
my
a pudding
dessert.
and have an espresso martini instead,
That's
don't
a
you?
great dessert option, and I believe Katie, Chloe, and Alice will all agree.
I, after my trio, would like an old-fashioned.
I'll have a yerbas on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll just have a round of tequilas.
Oh, then it all.
And
then
then
it's all
there you
over.
go. There you go. What turned into what could have been a lovely,
Civilised.
dignified, wonderful dinner has turned M&T, and we're throwing up in the sea. And
What? Since when do we throw up in the sea?
because
We're feeding the fish.
we're feeding the fish our wonderful meal. Oh, there you go.
That's
There
a
you
good. That's a strong menu. Thank you so much. That's a great question. I didn't even think of that until I sat
Do you know
down.
what? I
either.
feel I need to like calm down because I feel as if we went through that quite rapid fire.
Well, I think that you're really hyped, and I can't really figure out why. Have you had coffee? Have you had an espresso?
No, I'm just very excited.
I know. Can I ask another question then?
Go for it.
This one, you might guess who it's from. Will you guys be having a anniversary party at Pikes next year? Fingers crossed emoji. Also, have you grown your Tony plant yet?
Okay, so Tony from Dubai
Hey,
has sent
Tony.
this. Hi, Tony.
I didn't even know he still watched or listened, but if you do, great.
Your Tony
Amazing.
plant. I love that.
No Tony plant yet, I'm sorry.
No Tony plant has been sown. We'll wait until spring. You need to know when to sow in order to make the most of your reap.
Fucking hell, okay.
Anyway, are we doing an anniversary party at Pikes next year? Hold on one second. I believe we're already booked in, aren't we?
We absolutely are, because what happened was we were supposed to be here on our anniversary this year, and that weird thing that's going around.
What's it called again?
I don't know. Messed it all up. So we basically just went, let's not worry about it for now. Let's rebook for next year. So next year there is an official M&T anniversary party happening at Pikes on the 2nd of June. Smashing.
Do you know what I've just learned? I'm so sorry. I was looking at my phone because obviously we put a post out right before we start the recording of this.
Yeah.
The post that I put out where I spoke to camera.
Oh, you put it out silently.
I put it out with no sound.
Did people reply?
Yeah, people were like, "What the fuck you saying, bro?"
Who replied? That's brilliant.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, we've got plenty of questions.
So yes, we're booked in for next year. Party.
Yeah, whoever wants to come out, then yeah.
Do you know what? I
here.
think that's a great moment right now to say to people, if you want to come to our anniversary party
That's a great
at
idea.
Pikes,
But get out here.
then look now, get booking. 2021, June 2nd, we'll be here, but we're here for a couple of days
We're here for
before, a
5
couple of days
days,
after. Have a look, get booked in. We'll have a party.
That's a great
If
idea.
there's anybody here, we'll
and then
do
we
a...
can have like an after party.
Oh yeah, and we'll stay in room 9.
Well, I actually don't know what type of room I've booked. I'm going to have to figure that out. Maybe I ask for like the bigger room.
Room either, I'm going to put it out there now, I want either room 9 or room 26.
So you want a suite? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I best get to work.
Lovely.
I need a few more. Anyone need social media help? I need to save up to stay at Pikes.
We've got quite a big party to pay for now.
Yeah.
So please just have a look at Tiffany's website.
Not going to be an open. Not going to be an open bar this time for people that came to the wedding. But I have a shock announcement. I went in the wedding memory jar to fish out the bar bill
Yeah,
from the wedding.
98 gin and tonics.
Wrong, sir. And I'm sad. I'm even sadder about it. And Alice, I'm sorry because we discussed this about a day ago. There's only 91.
Where did we get 98 from then?
I don't know. We have blown this up in our minds. There's 91 gins.
We only got to
So that means we
91.
have to drink 9.
9 gin and tonics.
But that's pretty close, to be fair.
I reckon we've made
91
up for
gin and tonics on the bar menu from the wedding. That's disgusting. Anyway.
it. Anyway, do you want a question that's come through live and I haven't even read it yet?
Yeah, go.
This has come through from... She's sent us questions before. Mason E.
Mm-hmm.
Mason E. And she's told me before what her actual name is.
But okay, crack on.
Anyway, sorry if I'm too late. You're not. You got your question in just in time. Tifla, and she's written that. Tifla obviously works extremely hard and is very good at what she does.
Oh,
Would she
thanks.
consider expanding the business? And are there any aspirations to have an office with real live worker bees to do all the hard work for her? Same for Matt. Do you envisage any of your projects taking on the next step?
That's really good.
Good question.
Good question. I love that. I've actually thought recently that I probably need...
Her name's Ems.
Ems. Hi, Ems. Oh, yeah, I know who you mean. I have thought recently that I probably need some help. Because, and this is the first reason, is that when you have a phone and you run people's Instagrams, you can only log into 5 Instagrams on your phone, or 6.
6.
And so I now have 2 phones, one of which is filming. And I've run out of client space, so now I have to use my iPad, which is a whole different thing altogether. So eventually, that's the first reason why I need some help, but also because I don't have time to do all the things I want to do. I would love to be able to pay, like, imagine, I've never been a boss. I've been a manager of people, but I don't physically pay them.
Yeah, you've never employed someone.
I've never employed someone, but I also don't have a business to be able to do so. So I really don't know. But I would love to have social media assistants.
Do you think with the growth that you have seen,
which has been ridiculous,
do you think, and how do you feel about maybe one day saying, actually, I'm going to employ somebody and they're going to take this on?
I feel like it's a great step. First of all, I can't trust anybody though. Second of all, because you know
well, this
how
is where
much
you
I
need to be a good recruiter, and that's where I'll help. I'll be
exactly.
your recruiter.
I'll definitely use you to help me, because I do worry that you employ someone, and like I'd obviously want to employ my friends who need work, or my sister, or people that actually kind of want to work and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I'm really, really scared of them or anybody not doing a good enough job and not putting as much into it as I do.
It would be really tough, wouldn't it? Because when you get to that point, you really do have to have a business sort of manager head over heart.
Well, then I'd use you.
Like I want to employ someone who's really good, but obviously nothing would be better than to employ a friend. But what if that friend didn't step up or didn't do the job?
But you'd hope that if they were your friend or your family, they would step up.
Yeah.
Well, I've employed my sister before in something. I can't remember what. But then she did the work, and that was amazing. And you'd expect that every time, you step up. If I'm employing you, also, people have already sent me emails being like, do you need an intern? But if you're employing your sister or friend out of that, family or friend out of, loyalty, if they don't step up, then
it becomes difficult because
you don't want to then mess up your relationship.
Managing or even performance managing someone who you have so I'd have to start performance managing your friends and family.
Yeah. Lovely. Or I'd just use you as my assistant, because then we keep all the money.
Oh, okay.
We keep all the money.
We keep it within us. We will never recruit anyone.
This is how we stay at Pikes.
There's your answer, actually, Ems. She never wants to recruit anyone because she wants to keep all of the money herself.
Now you're not making daily vlogs. You can do an hour of admin for me.
That's true.
I actually mean that.
That's true.
Smashing.
I might.
And you will. And you
I think it's exciting.
That's a great question. Thanks, Ems.
I think it's exciting that it's even on the radar.
Yeah.
And that it's actually not that far-fetched to think that at some point soon you might need to recruit somebody.
That's interesting.
For now, I'll help you out, though.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
Much. Yeah, because I want the money. Okay, talking about sisters, Jade, question. You have one day left on the planet. How do you spend it?
Probably right here. Really easy.
I thought about this when she sent it in. And I thought, well, you don't want to knacker yourself out. You don't want to be on one of those days where it's just oh my God,
do everything.
Died. Yeah. It's not like you want to fly to the Maldives, that's half your day gone. Unless you know it's coming up, then you go the day before. I just think you just want to chill with the people you love.
Yeah.
I'd be on my own.
Oh, exactly. You're going somewhere, I'll go somewhere else. Do you know, I mean, I'm going to mix our two answers. I said, but I'll probably just be right here. You said a chilled day with the people you love. If we've got 24 hours, it only takes 2 to 3 hours. Get everyone here.
We wouldn't go to England, though.
No.
We'd expect everyone.
No.
We'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Everyone comes here.
Fucking, of course we will. I don't give a shit.
We've only got one day left, so we'll pay for everyone to come to Pikes for one and
just be here and we'll see the end of the world out
here.
Yeah,
because you've got because whatever money you've got doesn't matter now.
Money doesn't exist.
Use it. Yeah, spend it all. I might die before the actual cut-off time.
You do obviously have to hope that the pilots are quite happy that on the last day of their life they want to fly to Ibiza.
No. Who said it's everyone's last day? What if it's just our last day?
I thought it was just the last day on Earth.
You have one day left on.
It's not like the apocalypse.
No, but I would still pay for everyone. I would still do the same thing.
Oh, okay. So if I get told right now,
me and you, last day.
24 hours from now, that's it. The world will carry on afterwards.
I would buy flights for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'd be like, guys, we've been told we've got 24 hours. You're flying out tonight. We've paid for everything. Go, and everyone would do it. And if they didn't, they're not your fucking friend.
Right now, if we did people could be here.
I would
tonight.
organise a bus to get everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming here.
Sorted.
All the rooms are booked out. Done.
Lovely.
But isn't
Do you
that
know
a
what?
thing?
I'd even go so far as to breaking the COVID rules.
But isn't that a thing? Like, I think that's a nice thing to notice, that you would get all of your friends to you.
I think when all is said and done, that is what matters.
You'd get
is
everyone
hanging out
around
with
you.
people that
And
you
friends
love
and
spending
family
time with.
around you.
I obviously would just hope that John McGovern could get here on time.
And Adam Fabulous.
And well,
Because he takes a while to get places.
Well, flights to Ibiza, he struggles with those. It takes him a week. I'm not sure he listens, but even if he does, he's
doesn't.
having a little giggle to
Other
himself
people
now.
will know, though. Have you got a question?
I have. Do you mind if we take a very quick toilet break? We've never done this before on the pod, but I really need a wee.
What am I supposed to do?
We'll pause. We'll literally pause everything.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves.
We'll be back after this small ad break. Welcome back to part 2 of the M&T podcast, episode 17.
How was your wee?
It was very good, thank you. I really needed it, and I guess that is the side effect of drinking a Magnum.
How are we getting on?
Well, I don't want to scare you, but we've still got a fair bit to go.
Just choked on my
Well,
wine.
I'm just going to top you up even though you don't need it.
Oh,
We may not finish.
I don't think we can finish. Oh, actually, we can.
But you know what? If we
I don't think we can finish a magnum of wine. Did it about 7 episodes ago.
If we don't finish it, we'll just take
We
it
did
to the
struggle
pool.
though, didn't we, on that one?
It's quite a lot of wine. I mean, I think that's
See.
why people do generally struggle.
So let's roll back into the questionnaire.
Yeah, so welcome to part 2. Part 2 is going to be all about the questions
Are you
going to
put a fake ad? Did you put a fake ad in just now?
Yeah.
Is it going to
They've
be
already
for like
heard it.
Windex or something?
They've already heard it. They've already heard it.
I hope you liked it and bought it.
So, quick one here from Daniel Wild, someone who regularly comments on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Pikes cocktail?
Oh, well, everyone loves everyone loves a Club Tropicana, but I did have a Bloody Mary last time we stayed, and that was delicious.
Yeah.
I also had an espresso martini, which is very well made. But if you're looking for a Pikes classic cocktail, then a Club Tropicana
The
is
Club
the way to go.
Tropicana is very
Buy
good.
their cocktail book. Smash him.
We don't have that yet.
We need it.
If somebody wants to gift it
Christmas.
to us, go for
Christmas.
your life.
Christmas presents.
And do you have a favourite Pikes food?
Right, since it has become Pamela's, I haven't had their menu. We might well do that tonight. We should book a table if we want to have dinner. My favourite Pikes food so far has been our wedding menu, because I wrote it and they made it
So
for
what
me.
was the best thing off of that menu that they
I
made?
liked the main meal. We had a chicken. We had a chicken thing. I don't know if it was chicken breast or whatever.
Chicken and chorizo, wasn't it?
Nah, it was chicken, but it had a chorizo puree, dauphinoise potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
I got the chorizo puree on my wedding dress before
You
we started
did.
eating.
We don't need to share that
Also,
story.
I had 10 amazing canapes, but I'm not going to list them.
Could you
I could try.
list the 10 canapes that we had at our wedding? Go.
We had hoisin chorizo, we had mini burgers, we had goat's cheese red onion costinis, we had, oh my god,
You've done 3 so far.
I know. Oh my god, they were amazing. I wrote them all. Oh, we had mozzarella pesto, tomato, basil skewers. We also had. Can you remember any of
No,
others?
I don't remember any of them, but I don't claim to know all 10.
I didn't say I did. I don't think.
Yes, you did.
Oh. Anyway, they were incredible.
Anybody who was there that remembers any others,
I'm going to
that we
remember
had,
more as the time goes on. So
just
it'll
send
be
them
fun.
through. Smash him. I had this question from That Agile. This is the person who has sent us a question before, and I know they've told me their name, and I cannot remember
You're
it.
really
I'm
bad
so
at this.
sorry. Nikon or Canon for cameras. Now they've then written
That isn't for me.
Nikon, obviously, but why? Now, which is weird because we use a Canon. Now I think.
They might just be mistaken.
No, I think that this person is reacting to the fact I put a picture on Instagram a couple of days ago
Of the old
of
camera.
our old camera, which was a Nikon.
I did like that old camera.
But that was a very old camera that we haven't used for years. We use Canon, actually. And
Actually?
I'm going to be really honest. There is no reason why.
Price?
We just quite liked the camera that we bought.
It is good because it's got the screen on the side, so you look at yourself.
We basically Googled and sort of YouTubed a lot best cameras for vlogging, and then went into
And
a
that
shop.
one is good because the screen comes out to
this one, the one I'm pointing
Canon.
at right now.
The screen comes out to the side. The muff goes on top.
It's always important that the muff is on top.
Yeah. What?
What?
Next.
If you could relive one past memory of Ibiza that is not your wedding,
Oh,
What would it
I think
be?
I have this written down.
okay, but answer it.
One part of Ibiza.
One memory
Today
of
is
Ibiza.
the perfect. Relive.
If you could relive one past memory of
Tiesto
Ibiza.
at Pasha, 2012.
Wow, okay.
What a day! I can remember
Yeah.
it.
All right. Good one.
That's it. What would you do?
Kaiser Chiefs.
Oh, Ibiza Rock.
Kaiser Chiefs. Ibiza Rocks 2014.
What a great
Fucking
year.
mosh pit. Like, he came out.
That was like the first, obviously the year we met. So you were just like, I'm going in the crowd. I'm like, yeah, good luck. Bye.
It was I had a great time. I just loved 2014 from start to finish.
2014
What a year.
was a great year.
What a year.
Great year.
I've got two things from Katie Crookers.
Oh, nice. I've got a Katie Crookers, so let's do all Katie Crookers.
So the first one is a question. The second one is sort of a request.
statement.
It's a request. It's
Yeah.
a suggestion.
Yeah,
And she'd like to know what we think of it.
Yep.
The question is, have you guys decided on your neon sign yet?
No. Or have we? I've forgotten.
So
Have we
the things that
decided?
we have decided, we want a neon sign. It's
Yeah.
going in the office.
Yeah.
It's going on that wall.
Yeah.
It will be pink.
Yeah.
What it will say, I don't think we have fully nailed down yet,
What
have
are
we?
our options? Work, bitch.
Work hard, play harder.
Yeah. Or
We do what we
do
want.
what we want. That's quite a good one. That might win.
We do what we want.
Or I need money for Ibiza. Was that the word?
Oh yeah, working to pay for Ibiza or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It'll be something that resonates with us. I think we shouldn't just pick a generic
Yeah. No.
statement. 'Cause
Those
we're not generic.
statements are cheaper.
They are, because if you pick something that's relevant just to us, that means it's custom, which about doubles the price of a
does.
neon sign. I suggest now, if anybody's thinking, why haven't they got their neon sign yet?
Does anyone know a neon sign company?
Go
that would
and
help?
look up how much a neon
They're
sign
really
costs.
expensive.
If anybody does know a neon sign maker,
Then
please
wants to
put us
help
in
us out,
contact with
please.
them with mates rates, because like we really, really want one, but I can't justify
800.
what is
euros.
multiple hundreds of euros to get what is essentially a light in a room.
Best light ever.
It would be very cool. So Crookers, no, we haven't decided yet.
Sorry, Crooks.
But once we find one that is not too expensive, I think we'll quite quickly just pick and get it ordered, right?
Yeah.
All right. This is Crooker's suggestion/request.
Yeah.
Bear with me on this one. And it's very relevant that we're at Pikes.
Did she request that we film from Pikes?
She has requested, is there an option that you could like revamp/name/dedicate a space within your new pad?
Oh, I thought she was going to say.
So
a
she
space
wants
between
to like
in Pikes.
name a place.
Yep.
And her example is, for example,
Freddy's.
Sonny's Boudoir at Pikes or Freddy's at Pikes. Can it be, for example, karaoke/Matt's barbecue/bar hybrid kind of thing going on?
I think my gym would have a hybrid,
Okay, so what do you want to say? Use the gym, for example.
which is coming.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there an area of our house that you could name and give sort of like give a title to? I mean, we've got the
I think
shisha
the whole
lounge.
house. Oh, yeah, that's way better than the gym. The front deck that watches sunrise. That area needs a name. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God. So now we need a neon sign that says something and a name for our front deck. Or
Well, it gets
say it in South African.
It gets sunrise. It is where we would sit and have a shisha. It's also where the cats hang out.
Yeah, we do have a few cats.
Maybe it's T'Challa's deck.
No, because T'Challa. It needs to be alliteration. You can't call it T'Challa's
Oh,
deck.
Sonny's Boudoir is not alliteration.
Yeah,
is
I
it?
know, but like T'Challa's deck sounds shit.
It does, doesn't it?
And we'll think about that, but definitely the front deck.
Do you know what?
We'll just be like, namaste.
Crookers is not the first person.
Crookers, if you would like to come visit and you can name any space you want.
We'll name it after her. Crookers Corner.
Done.
All right, there you go. I've just named the deck Crookers Corner. That is, if you ever come to our place, it's where you get sunrise.
I love this. I'm going to make a sign.
It's Crookers Corner.
I'm going to make a sign.
There you go. You didn't expect that, Katie, but we've just
We didn't expect that, Katie.
We've just named a part of our house after you.
Please come and visit. Thank you.
Wonderful.
I have got a question from Katie.
Oh, go on then.
Well, this is the whole message. I'm going to read it. I'm curious to know how Matt's recent hangover cure went of mixing beer with Aquarius. Do you recommend? Look like a game changer. I think it was more just drinking a beer on a hangover.
It's you know what, there is many different factors at play on that particular hangover. Last week, in fact, it was after last week's podcast.
I can't believe how hungover you were.
Unbelievably
you were pathetic.
hungover. Last Sunday, right off.
Pathetic.
I went to bed still hungover.
Pathetic.
Awful day. Anyway, I did put out on the Instagram about 4 or 5 p.m. like a selection of things that you had gone to the shop and bought.
They
were wonderful. They included a Capri Sun,
cherry,
an Aquarius, water, beer, a Bounty.
Living the dream.
And
lots of pasta for dinner.
Oh yeah, which definitely helped. Anyway, I put a post out that was like weapon of choice. What do you pick? And I ended up going with Aquarius mixed with beer. Now, that was a suggestion from Jamie in Dubai.
Thanks, Joe.
I'm not sure if he listens to the podcast, but thank you for it. I don't know whether it was because it was a 5, 6 p.m. by the time I had that, or whether it just worked an absolute dream, but it definitely helped. Definitely.
I'm glad I
mixture
helped you.
of Estrella and Aquarius.
At the time...
50-50. I think it saved my life.
At the time, it really pissed me off because I just finished a day at work and then you were like, can you go to the shop for dinner? I was like, what have you been doing all
That's
day?
what you do.
I'm like,
you go to the shop.
So then I stomped down the shop and I was like, I'm just going to get him a beer because I also wanted a beer. So I just got beers and I was just like, you fix yourself now because I'm not having this. None of it. So we have also bought Aquarius ready for tomorrow morning.
We have. I think if you...
If
for
you
those
stay
who
at
don't
Pikes,
know,
buy Aquarius.
I only learnt about Aquarius since we moved here.
You only learnt about it when we went to see Fatboy Slim, which was halfway through.
Point that thing at me. Tiff's got her obnoxious fan out.
Why is it obnoxious?
Because listen to it.
Oh, that was shit.
That was terrible. It's awful.
It's great.
It keeps you cool, but I hate the sound it makes.
Well, you can never use it.
Anyway, what were you just
Aquarius,
saying?
love.
Aquarius, yeah. I hadn't learnt of it until, Fatboy Slim this year.
But I realised it was like a hangover cure for people, but actually it's not even that high calorie.
No, it's
I thought
good.
I thought that it was just sugar and it's like, well, that will fix anyone, but it's only 45
Do you know
calories.
what? I just
per
think
glass.
it's kind of water / electrolytes, and think
it is a dream. Lemon
it just does the job.
Aquarius.
So we've bought 2 bottles.
Ready? They're going to be.
We've got them in the fridge here.
In
They're
the
ready
mini fridge.
for tomorrow morning.
I love that Pikes has a mini fridge in every room.
You need it for people to put their own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to move on now.
Oh God.
To the last person.
I've got a last person who has 3 questions.
Why don't you do your 3?
So this is from... Let me unlock my screen. Nicola Burgess on Instagram.
Wonderful. Thanks,
3
Nicola.
questions. If you could choose your age forever, which age would you choose and why?
24, 25, I'm going to say.
Why?
I think by the time you've got to that sort of age...
But are you stuck in where you were at that time?
No, you're just that age.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
I'm thinking physically, your body stays
Your body's
that
the
age.
same as you were. This is what I was thinking. So that means I need it to be... What year was that when I was really fit?
2016?
Yeah, that year.
Yeah.
I need to be 26 forever.
Okay, I'm going 24, 23,
So
24.
you'll be younger than me.
Only physically.
Okay. So then you
I'm
might
going
be
with
able
that
to keep
because
up.
I think by the time you get to that age, you know yourself. You've made some mistakes. You've made good choices, bad choices, but physically, so mentally you're in a good space, but physically you can still put up with shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
you can
a
still go
hangover
on an
doesn't wipe
all-nighter.
you out.
Yeah, this is what my year of being 26 was great.
Yeah. You can't handle it anymore.
I can.
You're an old dog.
Oh, I am going to video you tomorrow morning.
Do it.
I'll do it. I'll put it up on the YouTube.
Do it.
Just for a 1 minute
I've
video.
got Aquarius.
Got
I don't
some
give a
hangover,
shit.
love.
I've got Aquarius. Fuck yeah.
Okay, next one. If a theme song played every time you entered the room, what would it be?
Smooth operator.
And then it would be like, wicka, 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 and then switch to like
Tsunami.
Baby Shark.
No, Tsunami, Tiny Temper.
Because we always say that when we enter a room, we like to double door it.
I think if you are entering a room, not only do you need theme music, but you must,
Double door.
wherever the opportunity arises,
double door.
double door.
Yeah, a push double door is better than a pull.
I think a push to double door is stronger than any other entrance to a room.
But if it has to be a pull, then that's fine. If you think about 2 doors that you're facing to enter a room,
it is.
Think about what you're doing here. Visualize it in your mind, people, because we do this an awful lot. Push is a lot better.
A push double door.
A pull is second, and a single door, then you just have to work with it.
Yeah, and the worst dramatic entrance is a revolving door.
I hadn't even thought of that. That's amazing.
Or those electric sort of automatic doors that open a little bit too late. So you go stomping up. They're usually glass, so people would be able to see you. You go stomping up, but you have to slow down because you're not sure it's going to open, and then it does, and then you come creeping through.
Oh no, not good. What would be my theme song? What would you say my theme song would be? I think something really dramatic. I don't know. Too much silence. I can't.
That is
think.
a lot of silence for a podcast.
I know, but I thought I asked you to help me.
Pick your own fucking song, you slag.
I don't have a clue. You just call me a slag on the podcast.
Yes.
Your mum and dad would be like, "How dare you?"
My mum and dad will realise that we're 3/4 of the way to a magnum.
They'll be like, "That's not how you treat a lady. There is no lady."
I think I've treated you fairly well over the years.
What's that supposed to be? That's loaded as fuck.
Well, it's not loaded. In fact, it wasn't a question. I think I've loaded...
You think you've loaded what?
I think I've loaded you. I think I've treated you very well. I think I'm a good husband.
You are a great husband.
Yeah. So that means every now and again, if I call you a slag, it's not that big a deal.
Fine. I can't think of a song right now, but I will.
What's the third? Was that the third question?
No, third one is, do you think there's life on other planets?
There is somewhere, but not this solar system.
We're in the multiverse.
Put it this way, right?
Are we in Marvel films? Is this what's happening? Is there a Wakanda?
Oh, fucking hell. Wakanda's on Earth, you dick.
Oh. It's not, love. It's a made-up place.
Oh. I wish it was real, though.
I'd go.
I love Wakanda.
I'd run their social media.
You'd run Wakanda's social media. It's a country.
No, but well, everyone has a tourism site.
So you'd run Visit Wakanda.
Yeah, that's amazing. If you could run any country's tourism site, what would it be?
Wakanda.
Mine would be Wakanda's.
Wakanda.
What would yours be?
Wakanda.
You can't take it.
I
I've got
can
it.
because I said before you did, I bloody love Wakanda.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Stolen.
Can we just move on?
Yeah, please.
Right.
Thanks, Nicola.
And
Or
thanks
Nicole.
Nicola so
Oh,
much.
No, I think it's Nicole. I'm
is
sorry.
it Nicole? Is it
Nicola?
Nicola?
Oh.
Thanks, Nicola. Right. We're ending the podcast with 8 questions
Ending the podcast. End my
From-
life with 8 questions.
from John McGovern.
Oh God, the vegan is here.
The vegan,
Why do
JMG.
this Thank you, but
My
fucking
best
no,
friend.
Thank you.
One day he'll be on the podcast.
Oh please.
For now, he's done well to just do a podcast
would
takeover.
Hey, just like scrolling back, I probably would leave him out of the people that we brought here for our last 25. I wouldn't. I love you. Bye.
Dear. Anyway, so we'll try and do these quite quick fire. Do you miss daily interactions since you stopped doing the daily vlogs?
I don't have anything to say to that because I'm not the one that normally comments back.
No, it's me that does the daily interaction, and I do miss it a little bit.
Because you had friends.
Yeah, well, yeah. I had YouTube friends.
YouTube friends. Just message him on Instagram, guys.
What are you talking? Now you're still talking about John McGovern.
No, No, I just said anyone that was on YouTube that was commenting daily.
Oh, message me.
Message you on Insta.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I thought you were still talking about John
I
McGovern.
think you need to calm down.
I think you need to fuck off.
Are you-
I miss the daily interaction a little bit. I am appreciating the break though, and I know that these people will love it when we come back to YouTube,
Soon.
which actually is Monday when this comes out.
Soon.
What do you do with your free time now that you haven't got to think about documenting your life as much?
Why should we tell you? Because we're not documenting our life so much.
Good answer.
We get up to some weird shit.
Oh, we really don't. Life is, I'm going to be honest, life is no different. Do you know what? It is a little thing, and I'm really torn on this because
Natalie and Brigliaton.
I knew you were going to say that. You're so annoying. I love that we make the daily videos, and I really enjoy doing them. But then I have this sort of love-hate thing because I love sometimes when we can do things without the camera having to be there and go, oh God, we need to be filming this.
We need to document this.
So what are we up to with the time? Nothing different really. We're just not having to grab the camera.
Yeah, we're still doing the same kind of things, but we don't have to carry the camera with us. And then sometimes it's lovely. But like even today I was like, oh, this would have been great. Let's not do that because that would have been good for a vlog, but I can't be bothered.
Well, like we've both sorted out emptying multiple boxes
So
in
many things.
different
I was
rooms
wearing a
over the
bobble hat today.
last day or so. And typically we would have had the GoPro on to get a time lapse of that. And then we would have gone, oh, I'm so glad I've got that box empty. And we sort of just didn't have to do that. So we didn't do anything different. We just didn't film it. True story. Third question from John McGovern.
Oh my God, I've still got so
We're
many.
only on 3. How come you won't let kids listen to your podcast, but you had no problem letting them listen to my best man speech?
Mainly, my love of children doesn't exist. Kids shouldn't listen to this because we do swear. But your speech, we didn't get to fucking proofread it, mate.
Yeah, we didn't know you were going to...
Also, you made it up.
You
on
made
the
it.
spot.
You made it up on the spot, and then you absolutely rinsed the fact that you got a reaction from saying, "Are there kids here?" Also,
a lot of people at that wedding said it was the best man speech ever. So go watch it on our channel.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? I've
You'll
put it
put a
right now.
card in,
There's a
yeah.
card. Here is John McGovern's best man speech.
Is it there?
Yeah, as well as the other best men. My only request from my 3 best men was, don't write anything. I don't want you to write your speech. I just want you to stand up and talk. And John McGovern, that's what you did. That's
John
what you
McGovern,
did.
I was crying. It was great.
It was a great speech.
Thank you.
Yes, you did swear in front of the kids.
John McGovern?
It's no worse than they've heard before.
I've
They
got a
live with
question.
Rich, for God's
I've got
sake.
a question for you, John McGovern. Turn the tables. If we have an anniversary party next year at Pikes, can you do a speech, please?
Yeah, are you coming, mate?
Are you coming, mate?
Are you coming? Anniversary at Pikes. You'll be allowed to do another speech. Are you coming, mate? Name a
1 out of
defining moment from Pikes.
What do you mean?
It's question 5.
What, in general?
Name a defining moment from Pikes.
Okay, me and Katie Crookers have a picture with the 1975.
Oh, nice.
I also have a picture with Jake Bugg Strong.
Yeah.
I've met a few cool people here post Vox parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My defining moment, I'm going to say is...
I'm not going to say the wedding.
No, neither am I. Is the day I first ever came and saw it.
It was cloudy.
It was cloudy. It was rainy. We were visiting it so that we could see whether it would work as a wedding venue. And regardless of the weather, I just fucking loved it.
Oh, that's a whole story in itself.
So that's my defining moment. There's obviously, I mean, this is the classic John McGovern. He puts these questions in knowing that the answer could relate to him. A defining moment could also be when you were lying on Freddie's bed with all of the ladies that came to the wedding.
That is true.
And your father
Lucy,
turned up as an
Amy.
absolute cock blocker.
You can't say all the ladies because Gez was also on that bed.
Like I said, all the ladies on the bed, and you enjoyed it and you loved it. And then, yeah, your mum and dad turned up as absolute cock blockers. Sorry to hear that.
But they did buy us a nice gift.
What is the most important thing that a podcast listener should know about you?
Important thing?
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's the most important thing, but like if you could just remember that we really are happy in our marriage.
I love at the beginning of this podcast, we were like, guys, we're really not couple goals. We hate each other sometimes. And we've got to the point of going, guys, we don't hate each other. We do love each other sometimes.
I don't think there's anything important to remember about us. Like, we're not serious people.
We don't take life too seriously, do we?
And I think that's a life goal for anybody. Like, I think we are just us, and whatever social, like, obviously if you look at both of our Instagrams, they are very much highlight reels because you don't put out ugly photos. But if you look at us on YouTube and on the podcast especially, we are just us. Like, this is how we are in real life. I don't need... Your arse is going to be in that video, and that's
I know,
I
don't care.
We don't hype it up for this. We literally sit here and talk.
If there was one important thing to know about us, it's that
this is us.
This is us. We're terrible, terrible actors.
Oh, we're bad. We couldn't.
There is no acting.
I can't pretend to be happy.
No.
I'm like, why are you making me do this?
Yeah. So there you go. That's that. Oh, we carry on. 2020
is still, how many questions are left?
There are 3. 2020 has been he used the C word at this point, has been a something of a year.
A bitch of a year.
Yes, use that instead. What's the best thing that's happened to you this year?
We moved to Ibiza.
Easy, done. And finally, what song reminds you of me?
Who? You?
No, him.
Okay, right, this doesn't mean anything.
Oh my God, you've got an answer.
The song that came in my head just then is Sex on Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Well, because when I was in a band with John McGovern...
this is the thing. Okay, fuck me.
When I was in a band with John McGovern,
you
very
sang
good
that
drummer,
song?
we did that song.
Okay, that's fine. That is why that song... Oh, my God, I thought I was deranged.
My song that reminds me of John McGovern would be Sexual Healing.
Why do they both say sex in them?
Because he's just an animal of a man.
No, he doesn't eat. He's vegan. Nah.
Doesn't mean he's not. It doesn't mean he's not an animal. He may not eat animal, but he is an animal.
He's a
Last thing from him, and just like with Katie Crookers, it was a question, not a question, but more of a request / suggestion talking point kind of thing. Not a question. You've both worked incredibly hard. Matt before he retired to become a gardener.
Yep.
And Tiff. Tiff, who is now bringing the money in. Please, will you schedule time in your day, maybe starting off once a week, hopefully becoming daily, for you to disconnect and go for a walk with no technology?
Did you tell him to say this?
No. If it's raining, go for a walk with a jacket, you pricks. We chatted about this the other day, and I'm a big believer in making sure that you're making this part of your job and your life so you don't tire yourself out too much.
Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, we should. And I wanted to do that for a lot. I've tried and implemented this already, and then we stopped. And I do think it's a thing that needs to re-happen.
Technology breaks.
Just leave I now have 2 phones and a laptop and an iPad, and it's too much. I know that.
Yeah.
And I recognise that through and through. So yes, I would love to do that. Thank you. Let's try to do that.
I think it's a lovely idea. We totally agree with what you're saying. We already do a little bit. We don't take our phones to bed with us at night.
No, they're in the office. They don't even come to the bedroom.
They stay in the office. They don't come to the bedroom. We're doing better at making sure that phones aren't around when we have meals together.
Yep. I'm going to look at the camera.
And I love the idea also of us just like going for walks and going for a bit of a hike and leaving the phone behind. And it's this weird feeling of, but if we didn't take any pictures, nobody would know that we went for this beautiful walk. No one gives a shit. But no, that's the thing. No one actually gives a shit. So look after your mental health. Have a little bit of a break.
And that is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, that's a really good point. We did have a nice FaceTime with him the other day, and he's really kind of enlightened in that kind of sense because he's been through it, I think.
Yeah.
And so therefore it's very helpful. So thank you.
Thanks, JMG.
You've actually done something good for us
For once.
in your life. Anyway, what a chat.
What a roller coaster of a podcast.
It's a great one.
If anyone's got this far, well done. We haven't done an emoji. It's Pikes. What are you going to do?
Lightning bolt.
A lightning bolt. Okay, yeah. Lightning bolt. Send that through.
Oh, wow. That's good because they've had to wait.
You've had to go a long way to get this emoji. So
It's not too bad.
anybody who sends us this emoji now, kudos to you and well done.
Can I say one more thing? If you are still listening, please go on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Go on our podcast, give us a 5-star review, write a few words, and you could be in the chance for winning a bottle of Whispering Angel.
Yep, that offer is still open for the rest of this month.
Yeah,
that is going to carry on.
3 more podcasts after this.
Oh, how do you feel about the podcast,
I
love?
feel good. I also feel that I'm about to jump in the pool, which I'm actually more excited
I feel as if
about.
I need to jump in the pool to sober me up a second.
We have done well.
And I know this pool is cold.
It is cold.
Yeah.
We're going to get, because when you check into Pikes, you get a free gin and tonic, which we have not claimed yet. So let's do that. Get in the pools, sit on that famous pool table, and enjoy the rest of our weekend here at Pikes.
We shall.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a great podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. For as long as you did.
Thank you for being awesome.
I thought you wanted a handshake there.
No, I just wanted to hold your hand.
Okay.
Thank you for being awesome.
Hold your hand.
Beatles. Don't even get me started on the music.
I wanna hold
Study
your
60s and 70s
hand.
music.
Anyway, thank you so much. We will see you next week back at home. Bye.
Bye.